Do you agree that the Chiefs must slow things down?
No, I don't agree, Skip, because this is the way you've dealt with high-powered offenses since I can remember. Is that, Skip, if you remember when you go back to the 1990 Super Bowl, the Bills against the Giants maintained a 2-to-1 possession time. They said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take the air out of the ball. Y'all got Jim Kelly.
What was Parcells' phrase for it? Shorten the game. Shorten the game.
So when you possess the ball for 41 minutes and you let the opposing team have it for 19 minutes, how much damage can a team actually do in 19 minutes time of possession?
All right.
And you see what happened Sunday. 40 minutes time of possession versus 20. The week before, Indy had the ball 37 minutes time of possession to a little over 22 for Kansas City. What's happening is teams are keeping the ball 8 minutes, 9 minutes. That's keeping Mahomes on the bench. And so you have to get – so this article, so what am I supposed to do? If I throw a pass to Tyreek Hill or one of those speedy receivers, Robinson or Hardman, he's wide open. Should I tell him to step out of bounds? So you know what? Because we want to grind the clock because we don't want to put our defense back on the field.
Like, who was it, Jamal Williams?
Yes.
Sat down on the one? Yeah.
No, Skip, at some point in time, and it kills me, they scored too quickly. They left too much time on the clock. Skip, I'm trying to get the ball in the end zone. And I want my defense to do their job. This defense have gotten worse than what they were last year. Skip, they can't run the football. It's as simple as that. They haven't been able to run the football since they released Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt led the league in rushing his rookie season, and last year he was 5th in rushing at the time of his release. And they haven't found the adequate replacement for him because not only could he run the football, he could also catch the football out of the backfield.
I thought you liked LaShawn.
Skip. Buffalo is in no position to get rid of really good football players.
Yeah, but you told me you liked the addition. You thought it was
I like
good pickup.
I like the addition because he knew Andy's offense.
Yeah.
Do I think LaShawn McCoy is the LaShawn McCoy that was in Philly or his first couple of years in Buffalo? No, he's not that guy anymore. And Williams, he's a better receiver than he is a runner.
But he's still pretty good. I got to see him at University of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
But he's not Kareem Hunt.
No,
and
he's not.
And last year, they were 5th, in rushing. Now they're 20th. That's not nearly good enough. And, you look at it, they had 11 rushes last week and 15 the week before. Skip, it's kind of hard to run the football when you're behind and the team is possessing the football 7, 8, 9 minutes at a clip.
Yep.
And this is not how they're wired.
Yep.
They have Patrick Mahomes. They have big play capabilities, and so they throw the ball over the top. So I do not believe they need to slow the game down. They need to put points on the board, give the opposing teams credit, because what they're doing differently this year as opposed to last year, they're not panicking. See, last year, Skip, the Chiefs got a big lead. They would panic and abandon the run. Teams are no longer abandoning the run, and so now Patrick Mahomes might get off to that hard start. The best thing you can do if a quarterback gets off to a hard start, keep his ass on the bench for about 10 minutes and let him cool off.
Okay.
And you see, he was never the same. That's what they're doing. They're shortening the game, limiting his possessions, limiting his opportunities. That's how you beat a team that's like that. Same way the Giants did Tom Brady in the Super Bowl.
Okay. I got it. I've been covering this game for a long, long time, and the premise of The Athletic story is correct. Long-term, big picture, Andy Reid's going to fail if he doesn't figure some way to shorten the game to his benefit, to even out time of possession, if nothing else, just to protect his defense a little bit. Because the more you throw that sorry group out there, the more you're going to pay for it. They're now 27th in yards allowed, and as a team, Pro Football Focus ranks the Chiefs, just as a team, 25th. No, 25th.
Oh, as a team, overall.
Not the defense, just the overall.
Oh, yeah, because they put that fact, they're 25th because the offense is rated so high.
Okay. Wow. Okay, I got it. But it's just simple math that, look, what do I call Andy Reid? He's a mad scientist, but he has become the Mike D'Antoni of the National Football League. What's Mike D'Antoni in Houston? It's all about offense. Yeah. Bells and whistles. James Harden revolutionized the game last year, right? Didn't we agree?
We did.
We've never seen anything like it before.
Nope.
He won back-to-back MVPs for Steve Nash. Nash beat Shaq one year, and it was outrageously wrong.
Exactly.
It was just wrong, but you you get mesmerized by what Nash is doing as the centerpiece of this spread offense that he's running, and you let him operate in the middle just like James was operating last year. It'll be different this year, but again, it's Mike D'Antoni. It's Andy Reid becoming at least as obsessed with winning MVPs as he is with winning Lombardis. At least as obsessed, because he's got a revolutionary new toy in Patrick Mahomes, and he's going to play with it or overplay with it by calling way too many pass plays, especially deep pass plays, because often, to your point, they work.
They work.
They do get the ball in the end zone, but it happens so lightning quick that all of a sudden, now the defense is out there for 13 plays against Deshaun.
Exactly.
And they're just grinding it out. And it's 3rd and 2, and they convert. And then
it's hard.
It's just hard because they just wear your defense out by running the football and possessing the football,
but
right?
that would be the equivalent of saying that Golden State lost the game because they're shooting too many threes. They need to pound the ball inside. Well, you built your offense around shooting the three-pointer. They built their offense around the big play in the passing game.
Okay, it's a little different because there's a shot clock in pro
Just
basketball.
Right.
So you go back and forth and back and forth. And
Well,
you can kind of slow Golden State down a little bit. You can play slower.
Right. But again, see, that's them playing slower.
Yeah.
That's the opposing team playing slower.
All right.
That has nothing to do with Golden State.
Okay, I'm going to give a quick example for our younger viewers. They may not appreciate, but they should. Dan Marino, to me, was the greatest thrower of the football I've ever seen. And Aaron Rodgers is right in that ballpark with him. But Dan Marino, you want to talk about lightning release and cannon?
Nobody had a release like that.
I mean, it gives me chills to remember what he did. In his breakout year in -- he just dominated this league.
I still believe that's the greatest statistical season in NFL history.
Okay.
The 5,048 touchdowns in an era, Skip, where they can knock your quarterback out and can knock your receivers out.
Okay. So they pulled off maybe the greatest upset ever in 1985 on Monday Night Football, December 2nd of that year.
Yep.
The Chicago Bears, the '85 Bears, go to Miami.
They did.
And I'm sure it was a hot, muggy night and all that. But they pulled it off. Dan Marino just basically beat them by himself, and it was 38-24 was the final score. The time of possession in that game, Bears 34 minutes to Dan Marino's 26. But he got away with it. Dan Marino hated running the football. He wanted to throw it every time. But he was so hot that night that he alone, in only 26 minutes, he shredded them enough that they couldn't score with him because the Bears weren't a high-flying offense.
No.
So if you put up 38 on that defense,
it was over.
It's going to be over. Then what happened? They came full circle to the AFC Championship game in Miami. They got a home championship game to get to the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots, obviously pre-Tom Brady.
Right.
So what happens in that game? They got doubled in time of possession. It was 40 minutes for New England to 20 minutes for the Dolphins because the Dolphins are going to throw it every time.
Yep.
He just threw it all day long. And what happened? They lost 31-14 because New England ran wild. They ran 59 times for 255 yards. Craig James of the old Pony Express with Eric Dickerson.
Tony Eason was the quarterback.
You got it. And Craig James went 22 for 105. And they just dominated the clock, and Dan Marino just didn't have the ball except for 20 minutes.
Yep.
Well, where have I heard 40-20 lately? Oh, it was the game at Kansas City on Sunday, right?
Yep.
40 minutes to 20 minutes. Okay, well, that's how Dan Marino didn't get to that Super Bowl. He got into the year before Super Bowl and lost to Joe Montana in a shootout. But, again, he was up against the clock because teams would just say, okay,
shorten the game and get off to a hot start. What happened in the game, in the Monday night game, because I remember it so vividly, Skip, is that when Danny got off to the hot start, the next thing you know, they picked off McMahon. He's back on the field. And before you know it, Skip, it's 21-0.
Yep.
So game's over because, like you said, Chicago was not a come-from-behind offense.
Couldn't do it.
They get the lead on you, and knowing you got to pass the ball, they knock your quarterback out of the game. It's over.
It's over.
So, but Skip, I get his premise. Yeah, they need to run the football more, but it's kind of hard to stay consistent running the football when you got that guy throwing the ball and you got all those weapons outside.
It just takes a little perspective that I'm not sure Andy has. Because Andy Reid, as likable as he is, and he is beloved by other coaches around the league, big ego. Yeah. Big ego. And it could be it'll be the Achilles heel.
But to him, to give him the benefit of the doubt, Skip, Andy Reid has never been able to find a defensive coordinator like Jim Johnson. He's had a lot of core defensive coordinators
I thought
since.
Steve Spagnuolo was pretty Brady.
No, you saw him be good in that one instance.
Okay.
But, I mean, we saw him went somewhere, and he hasn't had that same success. You see Wade Phillips go different places, and that defense will travel. You see Rex Ryan go different places, and that defense will travel. We haven't seen
No, that's true.
what Steve Spagnuolo did with the Giants. We hadn't seen that anywhere else.
How on earth are you going to handle watching tomorrow with the Chiefs visiting Denver? I mean, who
Remember,
on earth
this is
are you
the
going to
team.
cheer for?
You picked this team to win the Super Bowl.
Complicated,
I'm
Shannon.
not cheering. I want the Broncos to win. I'm saving all of my energy for Sunday.
Sunday?
Night. Yeah.
Sunday
No
night.
cheering, just
I'm
sit
going
silent.
to have to come in here and do sign language on Monday.
Really?
Hold up cards or
A
something.
translator? Yeah, we